the Dallas Cowboys absolutely taking apart the Las Vegas Raiders on Monday Night Football. And I think what we saw in that game, more than just a dominant Cowboys win, was the vision for the Cowboys in 2025 starting to come together. The question is going to be, and we'll get to this in a minute, is it too late? They're 4-5-1. Can they make the NFC playoffs based on where they are? But I think what we've seen again is where they are on offense, where they're going on offense, and they're in a really good place there. George Pickens has been a really nice compliment to CD Lamb. There are obvious questions on whether or not this is a long-term fix at receiver, whether or not George Pickens is going to be there in 2026. Those are questions for another day. Right now, Pickens and Lamb are playing really good together. You've got Jake Ferguson at tight end, really functional tight end. You've got Javonte Williams really starting to emerge as the lead back there. And then that offensive line has started to come along. We knew it was going to take some time with some young players. You've got the veteran quarterback in Dak Prescott. Again, we knew they were going to be pretty good offensively. They have been pretty good offensively. To me, the difference maker here now is the defense. And it took a while for the Cowboys' plan to really manifest. Starts with the trading of Micah Parsons, obviously, over the summer. And part of their misgivings in giving Micah Parsons the sort of contract that he wanted was looking at how they were playing team defense, looking at Micah sometimes playing outside the structure of the defense to make plays, and then looking at the effect that it was having on their run defense. So as part of the Parsons trade, in addition to the first-round picks that they got, they acquired Kenny Clark from the Green Bay. Now, remember, they acquired Kenny Clark after signing Osa Odighizuwa to a big deal in the offseason. So now you got two defensive tackles that you can build your defense around in Clark and Odighizuwa, at least in the short term. I know Clark's a little older. Then as the season goes on, you start to incorporate more five-man fronts. This is some of the stuff that you saw from Matt Eberflus over the course of the past. And some of Matt Eberflus's best defenses were built around a dominant defensive tackle. In Indianapolis, that was DeForest Buckner. So you've got Osa Odighizuwa, you've got Kenny Clark, and then you take some of the capital that you got from Micah Parsons and you trade it for Quinnen Williams. And so now you've got Quinnen Williams, Kenny Clark, and Osa Odighizuwa in a rotation. Sometimes you're able to get all of them on the field at the same time when you're going to that five-man front. And again, I know the Raiders aren't the best opponent. I know the Raiders' offensive line isn't top of the league. But what we saw was a ton of pressure coming from up the middle. They had 11 quarterback hits, which is a very high number, on Monday night against the Raiders. 9 of those 11 quarterback hits came from defensive tackles. 5 of them were from Quinnen Williams alone. And so I think what you're seeing is the start of the vision here of having a defense that's able to pressure from the inside out. They do like their young edge rushers, but being able to pressure from the inside out is the vision here. It was the vision for Matt Eberflus's defenses in the past. It's the vision for this defense now. And now we'll see where this goes. And we'll learn a lot about the Cowboys over the next couple of weeks. They're 4-5-1 now. They have the Eagles this week. And then 4 days later, they have the Chiefs on Thanksgiving. So where the season's going, I think that gets determined very much so in the next week or so with those games against the Eagles and the Chiefs. And then a week after that, they have the Lions on a Thursday night. So again, do they come out of that 4-8-1? Do they come out of that 7-5-1? Like, how does that look coming out of that 3-game stretch? That'll obviously go a long way in determining where the Cowboys are come January.